Hi, I'm Alex. If you've ever felt your tongue, lips, or jaw getting in the way of the English you want to say, not your ideas, but the actual sounds, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll walk you step by step through how to train your mouth, the muscles, positions, breathing, and tiny habits, so speaking English becomes clearer, faster, and more natural. No complicated linguistics needed, just practical, repeat after me exercises, explanations of what the mouth is doing, and a friendly progression you can use every day. Let's get your mouth working for you. Why train your mouth? The short explanation. Speaking is a physical skill. The sounds of English are made by precise movements of the lips, tongue, jaw, teeth, and soft palate, and by controlling airflow and voice. If those muscles haven't practiced the specific shapes English needs, you'll sound unsure, get words mixed up, or speak slowly. Training the mouth builds muscle memory. After repetition, your mouth will automatically find the right shape and timing for English sounds. The goal is clarity and confidence, not to erase your identity or accent, but to give your ideas a clean, easy to understand voice. How to use this script. This is written as a single man speaking script. Read it aloud, practice the examples, and do the exercises out loud. Don't just read silently. Record yourself and compare. Work one section at a time. Warm-ups, sound practice, connected speech, rhythm and stress, advanced drills. Repeat everything often. Small repetitions are better than rare long sessions. You'll see suggestions like repeat 10 times. Those are reps, not clock times. Quick anatomy you need to know, plain language. Lips help form sounds like T, B, M, W, F, V, I. Teeth, top front teeth are reference points for sounds like F and theta. Tongue tip, used for many consonants, touches the teeth, alveolar ridge, behind teeth, or lifts for NN, L, R. Alveolar ridge, the small ridge right behind your top front teeth, used for T, D, N, L. Soft palate slash velum, at the back of the roof of your mouth, it lifts to stop air into the nose for sounds like slash cakey slash, and lowers for nasals like slash M comma N slash. Vocal cords vibrate when a sound is voiced, like B or V, and don't when the sound is voiceless, like P or F. Knowing these parts helps you follow the exercises. You'll often be told touch the alveolar ridge or push the lower lip to the upper front teeth. That's what those phrases mean. Core principles of mouth training, simple rules. Isolate. Practice one sound or one movement at a time. Over-exaggerate. At first, make the mouth shapes bigger and slower than normal to build the muscle pattern. Short, frequent practice. Small daily reps beat a single long session. Record and compare. Use your phone to hear progress. Mix accuracy and fluency. First accuracy, right shape, then speed, natural timing. Use words and sentences. Move from sound to word to phrase to natural sentence. Warm-up exercises. Mouth gym. Do these at the start of every practice. Aim for clean movements. Make them bigger than you would normally. Full face loosening. 10 slow reps. Open your mouth wide like an exaggerated yawn, then close gently. Smile wide without baring teeth, then relax. Move jaw left-right in small circular motions. Lip trills slash raspberries, 10 reps. Blow air through relaxed lips to make a brrrah sound. This warms lips and breath control. Tongue stretch, 8 reps. Stick tongue out as far as comfortable, up, down to both sides. Press tongue tip to the alveolar ridge and hold for a second, then relax. Humming slide, 5 reps up and down. Hum a comfortable note and slide up and down gently. Feel vibration in the lips and nose. Helps voice coordination. Jaw looseners and chewing, 10 reps. Pretend to chew slowly with exaggeration, then say a long open vowel, ea, with a relaxed jaw. Do these reps before every session. They prime the muscles and reduce tension. Vowel training, shape, tongue height, and jaw. Vowels are the melody of English. Many difficulties come from vowels being different in English than in your native language. Principle: change one variable at a time. Jaw open, close, tongue high, low, front, back, round, unrounded lips. Start with pairs and short words. High front versus high back, beat versus boot. Say, beat, boot, beat, boot, 10 reps, exaggerating the mouth shape, tight lips for boot, spread for beat. Short versus long, ship versus sheep. Say, ship, sheep, ship, sheep, 10 reps. Focus on holding the tongue slightly higher and longer for sheep. Low front versus low back, cat versus cart. Emphasize open jaw for cat and more back for cart. Schwa, the weak In many unstressed syllables, English uses a relaxed vowel like e.g. about sofa. Practice. About sofa today. Feel the relaxed tongue and loose jaw. Practice mini sentences with vowel focus. He eats cheese. Beat to sheep difference. Put the book on the table. Boot put difference. Consonant training. Problematic sounds and clear steps. 1. Dental fricatives. Time, think, and this. Many languages don't have these. The tongue must lightly touch or go between the teeth. How to make C-O-R-Tom. Put the tip of the tongue gently between the upper and lower front teeth. Blow air out without voice. Think, bath, thin. How to make /D/. Same tongue position but add voice. Feel vibration in throat. This mother, breathe. Drill, pair practice. Think, sink, think, sink. Then this, zis, zis. Then move to phrases. Think about that thing. 2/V/verries/W/and/F/V, colon lower lip touches upper front teeth. Voice on, very, leave. /F colon same mouth position, but no voice colon fan. Laugh. /W lips round and push forward like blowing a small OO, not touching teeth, we win. Drill minimal pairs, vine, wine, fat, vat, fan, van. 3/R/verse/L/English R/ is an approximate. Tongue bunched or retroflex, different from many languages. /L tongue tip touches alveolar ridge behind top front teeth. Air flows around sides light full. /R tongue either bunches in the middle or the tip curls back without touching the ridge. Lips may round slightly. Right car. Drill, pears, rice, lice, road, load. Say careful contrast, exaggerate shapes. 4/S versus /S, H/S. Colon tongue close to alveolar ridge, narrow channel, hiss colon C, bus. Slash ish, tongue a bit lower and back, rounded lips, softer, she, push. Drill, sip, ship, sue, shoe. 5. Stops and aspiration, PTK versus BDG. At the beginning of words in English, PTK are often aspirated, a small puff of air, which learners might not produce. Test. Put a hand in front of your mouth while saying pa, ta, ka. You should feel a small puff. For ba, da, ga, you won't. Drill, pat, bat, tick, dick, coat, goat. Over-exaggerate the puff for the voiceless ones, then reduce to natural. 6. Affricates, TS, CH, and DZ, J. These start like T or D, then release into S or Z. Church, judge. Practice whack, J. Minimal pairs and carry into words chair, share, chair. 7. Nasals, M, N, entering, M. Lips together, feel vibration in the nose. Man slash N colon tongue tip on alveolar ridge. Nasal vibration, colon no, slash N slash tongue at the back, like sing, feel the nasal hum through the nose. Drill, man, men, mang, supply nonsense for training back nasal. Consonant clusters and clarity. English often has consonant clusters at the start or end of syllables, e.g., strengths, plants. Train clusters by reducing then building. Break cluster, say each consonant slowly, STR, STR for street. Glue 2 then 3, saint together then add R. Word practice, street, strong, crisp plants. End clusters, asked, helped, text. Pronounce the final consonant clearly even if it's a cluster. Connecting sounds. Linked speech, how the mouth changes when words meet. English native speech links sounds across word boundaries. This is not wrong English. It helps natural rhythm. Linking consonant to vowel, go on, U plus O, keep the vowel flowing. Linking vowel to vowel, insert a light glide. See it, or see it. Assimilation. Sounds change slightly next to each other. Green bag may sound like green bag. Practice noticing and reproducing common assimilation patterns. Reduction in weak forms. Small function words are often reduced. And, N in bread and butter, bread and butter. Practice both full and reduced forms. Exercises. Read short phrases slowly and then natural speed. E.g., what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Practice both, then move toward the natural one while keeping clarity. Rhythm and word stress, beat of English. English is stress-timed. Some syllables are stressed, strong, and others are weak. Learners often place equal stress on all syllables. This makes speech robotic. Word stress practice. Pick multi-syllable words and mark the stress. Record, noun versus record, verb. Practice pairs and sentence use. Sentence stress. Content words, nouns, main verbs, adjectives, get stress. Function words, the and to, are weak. Example, I want a cup of coffee. Practice saying the same sentence with correct stress. Drill. Read a line, clap on stressed syllables to feel rhythm. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Clap quick brown, fox jumps, lazy dog. Intonation, melody, simple patterns. Intonation carries meaning. Statements usually fall. Yes, no questions often rise. Lists rise, then fall. Surprise can be rising, falling. Practice patterns. Falling. I went to the store. Complete statement. Let the pitch fall at the end. Rising. Did you go? Slight rise at the end. Rising, falling. Wow, that's amazing. Rise, then drop shows emotion. Do short drills. Say the same sentence with each pattern to feel the difference. Shadowing technique. The power move. Shadowing. Listen to a short audio line and speak along with it almost simultaneously. This trains timing, mouth movement, and prosody. How to start. Choose a short line, 5 to 10 words, from a slow, clear speaker. Play it and try to repeat immediately as you hear it, matching rhythm and mouth shape. Progress. Begin with slow, clear speech, then move to natural speed dialogues, then to podcasts or speeches. Tip. Look at lips on video. Watching mouth movements while shadowing helps your own mouth replicate shapes. Tongue twisters and articulation drills. Fun but effective. Start slow, then speed up. Tongue twisters force precise mouth placement. Easy. Red Lori, Yellow Lori. English classics. She sells seashells by the seashore. For Tai Ma and D, 33,000 feathers on a thrush's throat. R/L. Round and round the rugged rocks the ragged rascal ran. P/T/K aspiration. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Do each slowly 5 times, cleanly, then repeat faster. Practical daily progression. No clock times. Use reps instead. Choose a practice block and run through a structured set. Example progression. Warm-up gym, all warm-ups, 1 set each. Sound focus, choose 1 to 2 sounds. Do targeted drills, minimal pairs, 15 to 20 reps each. Word, sentence, phrase practice with the target sound, 10 examples. Shadowing, 3 to 5 short lines. Tongue twister, 3 reps slow, 3 reps faster. Free read aloud. 2 short paragraphs focusing on clarity. Record a short journal, 1 minute, to track progress. Repeat daily or many days per week. Increase complexity gradually. Recording and self-feedback. Record your practice on your phone. Compare to a native speaker sample, same sentence. Listen for vowels, consonant clarity, stress, and rhythm. Use simple edits. Slow down the native sample and shadow. Don't aim for native overnight. Listen for small improvements, clearer, theta, less vowel merging. Troubleshooting, common problems and fixes, muffled sound, unclear consonants. Check jaw tension, relax jaw, and over-exaggerate for clarity. Swallowed endings. Practice final consonants through groups of words ending in the same consonant. Ask, mask, task. Speak carefully and feel the release. R and L confusion. Isolate each sound. Feel tongue position with your finger if needed. Gently touch alveolar ridge to find EOL. Too fast, slurred speech. Slow down and exaggerate shapes for accuracy, then shorten while retaining clarity. Tension and throat strain. Breathe, reduce volume. Focus on mouth movement, not throat force. Use hums to relax voice. Sample practice material. Say-alongs and drills. Repeat each set out loud, careful and exaggerated at first. Vowel set, 5 reps each. Beat, bit, bet, bat, but, boot, boat, bought. Consonant minimal pairs, 10 reps each. Thin, sin, this, zis, pat, bat, cap, cab, rice, lice. Cluster practice. Sir street, strong, stream. NG, sing, bring, long. Connected speech line practice. What are you going to do? Say slowly, then natural. Notice linking. What are, what ya? Tongue twisters. She sells seashells by the seashore. 5 slow, 5 fast. 33,000 feathers. Target, teach Teacher in D. Full paragraph to read aloud. Practice flow and mouth movement. I enjoy simple, clear speech. Every day I warm my mouth, practice tricky sounds, and read aloud. I don't rush. I make the shapes, feel the sounds, and then speak. Little by little, my mouth learns to move more like a native speaker's mouth. Not to sound like someone else, but to be easy for others to understand. Read the paragraph slowly at first, then more naturally while keeping the shapes. Advanced tips after basics are strong. Straw phonation / semi-occluded vocal tract. Sing or say vowels through a narrow straw to balance breath and vocal fold closure, helps voice stability and ease. Visual feedback. Use spectrogram apps if you want tech to compare vowel formants. Not essential but helpful for advanced learners. Singing and drama. Singing exercises broaden vowel control and resonance. Acting gives expressive practice of intonation. Mimic accents for training. Mimic native speakers for short bursts to learn mouth shapes, but keep your final voice natural to you. Motivation and mindset. Training your mouth is like training any muscle. Initial awkwardness, steady repetition, small improvements that accumulate. Focus on clarity, not elimination of identity. Celebrate micro wins. A clearer theta, a smoother consonant cluster, a sentence that doesn't need repeating. Building a long-term mouth training plan. When people ask me, Alex, how long will it take until my mouth feels natural in English? I always give the same honest answer. It depends on consistency, not just talent. Think of this as a 90-day body workout for your mouth. Here's a framework you can follow and adapt. Phase 1, foundation, weeks 1 to 4. Focus on awareness and accuracy. Warm-ups every day. 2 target sounds per week. For example, week 1, sha theta and sha kabith. Week 2, shar and cha theril. 5 minutes of slow shadowing of easy dialogues. In each session with a 60-second free talk about your day to build courage. Key mindset. Celebrate small victories. If your V finally vibrates cleanly for the first time, that's a big win. Phase 2, strength and speed, weeks 5 to 8. Now add clusters and connected speech. Practice consonant clusters like street or plants with exaggerated clarity. Begin faster shadowing with podcasts or news anchors. Start recording 2-minute monologues on topics you enjoy. Movies, hobbies, travel dreams. Key mindset. Accuracy first, speed second. It's like running, slow, perfect strides before sprinting. Phase 3, fluency and expression, weeks 9 to 12. Shift attention to rhythm, stress, and natural intonation. Work with short, dramatic dialogues or movie scripts. Play with emotional intonation, excitement, sadness, surprise. Do 5-minute English-only sessions where you describe everything you see around you in real time. Key mindset. Freedom over perfection, A little accent is fine. What matters is that people instantly understand you. Everyday micro workouts for busy schedules. Not everyone can sit for a 30-minute drill. Here are small 1-minute exercises you can sprinkle through the day. Mirror minute. While brushing your teeth or washing your face, say 10 tricky words like through, weather, rural, commute whispering. On a bus or train, quietly shadow a podcast with earbuds. Kitchen cluster game. Every time you open the fridge, pronounce a cluster word. Crisps, plants, street. Bedtime humming. Gentle hum slides to relax the vocal folds before sleep. These micro workouts add up to hours of extra practice each week without stealing time. Mastering breath support and projection. A clear voice isn't only about mouth shape. Breath control is the power behind your sound. Diaphragm awareness. Place a hand just below your ribs. Inhale through your nose and feel the stomach expand, not the chest. Exhale on a steady sas for as long as possible. Goal. Longer, smoother exhalations. Breath plus sentence flow. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath and read a long sentence without running out of air. Start slow. With time, you'll manage complex thoughts in a single comfortable breath. Volume without strain. Imagine speaking to a friend across the street, but keep the throat relaxed. Visualize the sound coming from your belly rather than the throat. Mouth training. Through real life. Your environment is a free language lab. Here's how to turn daily moments into practice. Shopping list drills. Read your grocery list aloud with strong word stress. 2 ripe tomatoes, 1 loaf of bread. Neighborhood narration. Walk outside and describe what you see. A bright blue car is turning left at the corner. This forces spontaneous sentence building and real-time mouth movement. Friend challenge. Find a friend learning English and agree to a 5-minute English-only conversation each day. Mutual accountability keeps you practicing. Overcoming stage fright and speaking anxiety. Even with a trained mouth, fear can tighten muscles and blur sounds. Here's how to stay relaxed. Body scan before speaking. Close your eyes, notice any tension in shoulders, jaw, or tongue, and release it. Slow start technique. When nervous, begin your first sentence slightly slower and louder than normal. This sets a confident rhythm. Positive visualization. Imagine finishing the conversation clearly and the listener smiling and understanding. Confidence is itself a muscle. The more you speak, the stronger it grows. Expanding your sound palette with media immersion helps your mouth adapt to many accents and rhythms. Movies and TV, pick a favorite character and mimic their lines. Podcasts, great for shadowing. You can slow them down to 0.75 times speed at first. Songs, singing trains, vowel length, pitch changes, and breath control. While watching, focus not just on meaning, but on mouth movements. How lips round for OU, how the jaw drops for A. Self-evaluation checklist. Every week ask yourself, are my target sounds clearer than last week? Do I still swallow word endings? Is my speech rhythm closer to the natural, strong, weak English beat? Can I maintain a steady breath for longer sentences? Am I recording and listening back at least twice a week? Advanced real-life practice routines. Once you've built strong habits with the earlier steps, it's time to live inside English sounds all day. These ideas weave mouth training into ordinary life so you keep improving without setting aside big study blocks. 1. Morning sound wake up. As soon as you wake up, sit up in bed and hum a comfortable note for a slow count of 5. Slide that hum up and down like a gentle siren. Then speak 3 simple sentences about your morning. The sun is shining. I feel ready for today. I will speak clearly and confidently. Focus on relaxed lips and an open throat. Doing this every morning is like stretching your voice muscles before a run. 2. Commute shadowing. If you travel to school or work, listen to a short podcast. Pick 1 minute of audio and shadow it 3 times during your commute. First play it at normal speed, then 0.75 times speed, then again at normal speed. Feel how your tongue and lips copy the speaker's rhythm. 3. Cooking commentary. While preparing food, describe every action in English out loud. I'm slicing a red tomato. I'm stirring the soup. Slowly, the garlic smells amazing. It might feel silly at first, but it forces your mouth to keep moving in English patterns. Precision drills. Detailed minimal pair lists. Below are dozens of extra minimal pairs you can read aloud and record. The goal is to exaggerate each pair until the difference feels automatic. Repeat each pair 10 times, switching sides each time. Slash I, slash versus, slash I, slash beat, slash bit, slash seat, slash sit, slash leave, slash live, slash sheep, slash ship, slash peach, slash pitch, slash e, slash verse, slash a, slash pen, slash pan, slash men, slash man, slash said, slash sad bed, bed you, vers you, fool, full pool, pull Luke, look cood, could o, versus a cot don, Don Law, Leia slash P slash verse slash B slash pat slash bat slash pack slash back slash rope slash robe slash F slash verse slash V slash fan slash van slash fine slash vine slash save slash S slash versus slash S slash sip slash ship slash sue slash shoe c slash she. Record yourself, then play it back and check that each pair is clearly different. Longer sentences for connected speech practice. These sentences are built to practice linking and reduction. First read slowly and clearly, then more naturally. Did you eat yet? Naturally sounds like did you eat yet? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I have to go now. I have to go now. Give me a little bit of that. Give me a little bit of that. Focus on the way consonants slide into vowels and how small words reduce. 10 powerful tongue twisters, slow fast. Say each slowly 5 times, then increase speed while staying clear. Fresh fried fish, freshly fried fish. Truly rural. Greek grapes. Crisp crusts, crackle crunchily. 6 slippery snails slid silently seaward. Brisk, brave brigadiers brandished broad, bright blades. The great Greek grape growers grow great Greek grapes. 3 free throws. Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Red leather, yellow leather. These challenge your lips, tongue tip, and jaw while forcing breath control. Mouth muscle strengtheners. Think of these as weights for your face. Lip pops. Press lips together tightly, then release with a pop. 20 reps. Tongue push-ups. Press tongue tip to the roof of the mouth and hold for 3 seconds. 15 reps. Jaw resistance. Place a fist gently under your chin and open your mouth slowly against that light pressure. 10 reps. Do them daily to increase control and stamina. Shadow a long short dialogue. Here's a mini scene you can shadow. Listen to a recording. You can read it yourself first, then try to speak along with it. Alex, hey, have you tried that new coffee shop on River Street? Sam, not yet. Is it good? Alex, amazing. Their espresso is smooth and rich. Sam, sounds perfect. Let's go tomorrow morning, Alex. Great idea. I'll text you the time. Pay attention to how have you becomes Havia? How is it can sound like is it? The rising intonation on the question. Week by week challenge plan extended. Below is a 12-week detailed program you can follow. Each bullet represents daily reps, not minutes. Week 1. Warm-ups, 1 set. Vowels, I versus I, minimal pairs, 20 reps. Shadowing, 2 simple sentences. Week 2, add TRN, it D, drills, 20 reps. Shadowing, 3 sentences include a question. Week 3, for the R versus L, focus, 30 reps. Short paragraph read aloud, record week 4. Consonant clusters, street, spring, crisp, 30 reps. Connected speech practice. What are you doing? AK, and so on through week 12. Gradually adding harder clusters, faster shadowing, and longer recordings. By the end, you'll have 90 days of consistent muscle training. Daily journal prompts for speaking to keep speaking fresh. Talk for 1 minute about a new topic each day. Here are sample prompts. Describe a childhood memory in detail. Explain how to cook your favorite dish. Talk about a dream vacation and why you chose it. Tell a funny story about your pet or a friend. Share your opinion on a recent movie or song. Recording these gives you a library of progress over time. Common accent pitfalls by region. Depending on your first language, some sounds will need extra attention. Spanish speakers often need more practice with V, B contrast and the short I in ship. Mandarin speakers might mix R and L and need to stretch vowel length. Hindi speakers sometimes pronounce W as V or use retroflex T and D. Arabic speakers often need extra work on P versus B and final consonant clusters. If one of these matches you, spend more reps there. Integrating singing for pronunciation. Singing is fun and powerful for mouth training. Choose an English song you love. First read the lyrics slowly and clearly, then sing along at half speed, paying attention to vowels and breath. Finally, sing at full speed, letting your mouth open freely. This strengthens breath control and rhythm naturally. Mindset boosters, micro goals. Instead of I'll be fluent, aim for today I'll master the word through. Progress jar. Every time you notice an improvement, drop a small note in a jar. Celebrate weekly. Treat yourself when you complete a week of consistent practice. Motivation is easier when you can see your small wins. Remember, training your mouth is a marathon of thousands of tiny, joyful repetitions. There will be days when your tongue feels heavy or your recordings sound the same. That's okay. Those boring days are when deep muscle memory is forming. Keep talking, keep laughing, keep humming. Your mouth is learning every moment you practice, even when progress feels invisible. Soon, speaking English will feel as natural as breathing. Not because you chase perfection, but because you built strength, rhythm, and confidence one deliberate word at a time. My journey, training my mouth to speak English. Hi friends, my name is Arjun, and today I want to share the long, sometimes funny, sometimes frustrating story of how I trained my mouth to speak English clearly and confidently. I grew up in a small town in India where we studied English in school, but no one really spoke it. We memorized grammar rules, wrote perfect essays, but when it came time to open our mouths, everything felt stiff and heavy, like my tongue was carrying a backpack full of bricks. The first realization. The turning point came during my first college presentation. I had prepared carefully, but the moment I said my first sentence, my classmates leaned forward, squinting to understand. My brain knew the words, but my mouth wasn't ready for the job. That day I understood. Learning English isn't only about vocabulary. It's about training the muscles that form each sound. Research and the discovery of mouth training. I went home and typed into a search bar, "Why can't I speak English clearly?" The results surprised me. Speech coaches, linguists, and singers all repeated one idea. Your lips, tongue, jaw, and even breath are muscles. Muscles need exercise. It made perfect sense, like going to the gym, but for your face. I read about diaphragmatic breathing to power the voice, IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, to map sounds I'd never noticed. Shadowing, imitating native speakers in real time. I decided to treat my mouth like a beginner athlete. My daily warm-up routine. Every morning before breakfast, I stood in front of a mirror and began with warm-ups. Lip trills, gentle brrr sounds to relax the lips. Tongue twists, rolling my tongue from side to side. Jaw drops, opening wide and saying ah to release tension. At first it felt ridiculous. My sister laughed from the doorway. But within a week, my mouth felt looser, like the hinges on a door finally oiled. Sound by sound, next I attacked problem sounds. The English, the Fosh in think, and this, the crisp V and W, the American R. I held a paper in front of my mouth, trying to blow it with the teach airflow. I recorded myself saying vine and wine to hear the difference. For the R, I practiced curling my tongue slightly back without touching the roof. It was slow, but every small victory felt like scoring a goal. Shadowing and the power of imitation. One evening, I discovered a podcast with a clear American accent. I put on headphones, pressed play, and tried to repeat at the same time as the speaker. This shadowing was hard at first. My tongue tripped, my breath ran out, but it forced my mouth to move at natural speed. Gradually, I could keep up for an entire paragraph. It was like running beside a faster friend who unknowingly pulls you forward. Real-life practice. I didn't stop at home. I carried English into daily life. At the market, I greeted the shopkeeper in English, even if he answered in Hindi. With friends, we started a rule: 5 minutes of English only. Alone in the street, I narrated everything I saw. A red bus is stopping. A boy is carrying a blue backpack. The first few times felt silly, but soon my brain and mouth began working together automatically. Breath and voice. I realized breath control is the hidden engine of clear speech. I practiced diaphragmatic breathing, hand on belly, deep inhale, long exhale. Soon I could speak long sentences without gasping. I also learned to project my voice, not by shouting but by supporting from the diaphragm. This gave my words a stronger presence in classrooms and meetings. Facing fear. Despite the progress, I sometimes froze when speaking to strangers. To fight anxiety, I developed a simple ritual. Body scan, relaxed shoulders, unclenched jaw. Slow start. Begin the first sentence slightly slower and louder. Positive picture. Imagine the listener smiling in understanding. These steps calmed my nerves and kept my mouth muscles loose. Milestones and surprises. After 3 months of steady practice, something amazing happened. During a group discussion, a new classmate asked, "Were you raised abroad?" "Your English sounds so natural," I laughed out loud. I still had a slight Indian accent, and I'm proud of it, but my speech was clear and confident. My mouth finally felt like a partner, not an obstacle. Lessons I learned looking back. These truths stand out. Consistency beats talent. 10 focused minutes every day matters more than a long session once a week. Record and listen. The microphone reveals mistakes your ears miss in real time. Celebrate small wins. Each correct the or smooth sentence is a muscle memory victory. Use life as a classroom. Narrate, imitate, and interact. English is everywhere if you let it in. Encouragement for you. If you feel your brain knows English but your mouth won't cooperate, trust me, you can change that. Start tiny. Warm up. Pick one sound this week. Shadow a podcast tomorrow. Speak to a mirror tonight. Treat it like training for a marathon. One day without noticing, you'll speak effortlessly and people will listen. Not to your accent, but to your ideas. That's the story of how I trained my mouth to speak English. It wasn't magic. It was muscle, method, and daily practice. And if I can do it, you can too. Discovering the English gym. After those first 3 months, I felt proud. But I also knew fluency is like fitness. If you stop training, muscles weaken. So I built what I call my English gym, a set of daily habits that keep my mouth strong and flexible. Every morning before work, I still stand by the window with a cup of tea and start my warm-up circuit. Lip push-ups. I purse my lips and push air through in short bursts, puh-puh-puh, to build strength. Tongue slides. I trace the inside of my teeth with the tip of my tongue to improve agility. Pitch ladders. I glide my voice from low to high and back down, training breath in resonance. I treat these like stretching before a run. 5 minutes and my mouth is awake. Turning mundane moments into practice. I realized I didn't need special study time. Every activity could be practice. Cooking. As I chop vegetables, I narrate each step. Now I slice the onion thinly. Next, I stir the tomatoes until they shimmer. Commuting. On buses, I whisper shadow in English podcasts. Fellow passengers probably think I'm humming, but I'm secretly drilling rhythm and stress. Errands. When I sign a receipt, I thank the cashier with a full, clear sentence instead of a quick nod. These micro sessions stack up like coins in a jar. By evening, I've spoken an extra hour of English without blocking my schedule. Meeting the sound coach. One weekend, I joined a local language meetup. There I met Rachel, a vocal coach who helps actors master accents. She listened to me read a short paragraph and smiled. "You're 90% there," she said, "but your aching in cat still sounds more like cat. Let's fix it." She showed me how to drop my jaw slightly more and relax the tongue. It felt strange, but after 10 minutes, I could hear the difference. That single tip sharpened dozens of words I use every day. Back, last, map, class. It reminded me that outside ears can catch things we never notice. Recording experiments inspired by Rachel, I started a weekly audio diary. Every Friday night, I record a 5-minute reflection about my week. What I cooked, what I learned, a funny memory. Then I play it back with a notebook beside me. At first, I hated hearing my own voice. It felt too slow, too careful, but soon I could spot progress. Stronger the, smoother linking, natural pauses. It's like watching a plant grow when you water it every day. Handling different accents. A surprise challenge came when I met colleagues from Britain and Australia. Their accents sounded different from the American voices I shadowed. Instead of frustration, I turned it into a game. I watched short UK and Aussie news clips. I mimicked a few sentences each, focusing on melody and stress rather than copying every vowel. This trained my ear to understand and adapt, so my own speech stayed clear no matter who I spoke to. Building confidence through small wins. Confidence isn't only about mouth muscles, it's a mental muscle. I started collecting what I call victory moments. The day a cafe barista understood my order without asking twice. The evening I gave directions to a tourist, and he said, "Your English is perfect." The first time I answered a work phone call without rehearsing. Each little success boosted my courage, which relaxed my body, which in turn improved my sound. It's a positive feedback loop. Teaching others and learning more. Eventually, friends asked me for tips. I began hosting tiny English mouth club sessions in a park. We practiced tongue twisters, read short stories aloud, and laughed at our mistakes. Teaching forced me to explain techniques clearly. Breathing, jaw drop, shadowing. Explaining made me better. Setbacks and staying motivated. Of course, not every day was perfect. Sometimes I skipped practice for a week and felt my speech stiffen. Once I gave a presentation while tired and old habits crept back. Instead of scolding myself, I treated it like fitness. One off day doesn't erase months of training. I simply returned to my English gym the next morning. To stay motivated, I set mini goals. Master a tricky cluster like STR in street within 2 weeks. Read an entire novel aloud by the end of the month. Record a short video diary for my friends abroad. Each goal kept me moving forward. Looking back now, when I remember that shy college student who mumbled through his first presentation, I feel grateful. He forced me to discover a method that anyone can follow. Warm up the mouth like an athlete. Break down tough sounds one by one. Shadow real voices for rhythm and flow. Exploring advanced mouth training. After a year of steady practice, I wanted to challenge myself further. Basic sounds and everyday conversations felt easy, so I asked, "What's next?" I began exploring advanced pronunciation drills used by actors and news anchors. These focused on subtle aspects, linking, intonation, and emotional delivery. Connected speech English loves to blend words. Phrases like want to become wanna, and did you sounds like did ya. I recorded myself saying full sentences and then compared them with native recordings, noticing how small pauses disappeared. Pitch and melody practice. I read poems aloud, exaggerating highs and lows like a singer. This not only trained my pitch control, but also kept my speech lively and expressive. Stress shifting, I played with word stress for emphasis. I didn't say he stole the money. Depending on which word I stressed, the meaning changed. It taught me how flexible and musical English can be. Bringing English into my emotions. One thing I discovered, real fluency isn't only about clear sounds, it's about expressing feelings. I started narrating emotional memories in English. When I spoke about a funny childhood prank, I let my voice rise with excitement. When I described a sad farewell, I slowed down and softened my tone. It felt almost like acting, but it made English part of my emotional world. Suddenly, words weren't just correct, they carried heart. Conversations with strangers, I also pushed myself to speak with people I didn't know. At cafes, I'd chat with travelers. Where are you visiting from? Or how's your trip so far? These short talks were small adventures. Each time I noticed something new, a different accent to decode, a phrase I wanted to borrow, a chance to test my mouth training under real conditions. The more I practiced, the more natural it felt. I stopped thinking in English and simply spoke. The power of reading aloud. Another breakthrough came from reading novels aloud. I chose books I loved, mystery, history, even cookbooks. I read slowly, focusing on rhythm and breathing. Reading aloud did three things: expanded my vocabulary, strengthened my jaw and tongue muscles through longer sentences, built endurance so I could talk for hours without fatigue. Soon my friends joked that I could host a podcast on my own. My first public talk. One day my college invited me to give a short speech about student projects. Standing at the podium, I felt my old nerves return, but I also felt prepared. I began with a deep breath from my diaphragm, smiled, and spoke clearly. To my surprise, the words flowed effortlessly. People nodded, followed every sentence, and even laughed at my small jokes. Afterward, a professor said, "Your delivery was so natural. How did you train?" That moment proved that daily mouth workouts really pay off. Helping my family. My progress inspired my younger sister, Mira. She wanted to improve her English for job interviews. I shared my warm-up routine and shadowing exercises with her. Soon we practiced together, turning it into a fun sibling challenge. Helping her strengthened my own skills because teaching forced me to explain every step. Keeping motivation high. Like any long journey, there were dull days. Sometimes work piled up and I wanted to skip practice. To stay on track, I used a few tricks. Progress journal. Each night I wrote one sentence about what I practiced and one small success. Reward system. After a week of consistent work, I treated myself to a favorite dessert. Variety. I switched between podcasts, movies, and live conversations, so nothing felt repetitive. These habits turned practice into something I looked forward to, not a chore. Embracing my unique voice. As I became more fluent, I worried less about perfect accent. I realized that clarity and confidence matter more than imitating someone else. My slight Indian lilt is part of who I am, and it makes my English distinctive. Now when someone compliments my beautiful accent, I smile and say, "Thanks, it's the sound of my journey." Advice for anyone starting out. If you're beginning your own mouth training journey, here's what I tell you. Start small. Even 5 minutes a day builds progress. Record yourself. A phone mic is your best teacher. Shadow daily. Copy native speech to catch rhythm and flow. Use life as practice. Narrate chores. Talk to friends. Greet strangers. Celebrate every win. Each clearer sound is a victory. Remember,